Good morning and welcome to today's pre-market report. Now in today's pre-market report, we're going to take a look at the international and local news which is going to affect our markets. After that, I'm going to take a look at two big banking stocks, Axis Bank and HDFC Bank. So if you are interested in them, then do hang on and watch about that. Now before we go into the news, I would like to remind you, whoever's watching these videos on a daily basis and are finding it useful, do hit the subscribe button as it costs nothing and will be helpful to the channel. Now, coming to the news front, basically when I'm recording this video the night before, the main things we are looking forward to, the Beige Book report, is that has not been released yet. However, the JOLTS report has been released. Now, normally I would never bother covering the JOLTS report as it's not that important. But since the Fed is so job-centric this time, the JOLTS report has become important. Now, the JOLTS report has been just released and it has come in below expectations. And the data in the JOLTS report supports the view that the US labor market is softening. And this, I believe, will cause the Federal Reserve to slow down rate hikes. Now, what does this mean? Now, basically, in the September rate cut, everyone was expecting that they can go up to 50 BPS. Now I believe this report has made it confirmed that 25 BPS is the maximum rate cut that can be given in September. And then for the next 1 year, everyone was expecting 100 basis points rate cut. This report has finished that expectation, and I believe it will bring it down to 50 to 70 basis points over rate cut. In the coming days, it will be announced that most global investment banks are expecting that amount only for the next 1 year, as they've lowered the expectations due to this. So another thing the JOLTS report has done, it has made safe haven currencies strengthen as the risk of mood spreads. This is the risk of sentiment across global markets is present there, and that has started benefiting the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc as they started firming up against the dollar and all other major currencies. So that is the major news which is right now affecting the world markets. And the US market as of now is trekking in a stride as the US market opened slightly red, but now it's flattish. It's fluctuating between green and red, so that's good. Now another international news that's going to be watched tonight heavily is the Bank of Canada rate cut. This is, they will be announcing the rates and everyone is expecting a rate cut, and they will be kicking off the season of this rate cuts expectations. So now it will be not that important how much of a rate cut to give, but what is the forward guidance they give. So that's something to take a note of, and which will definitely affect our markets tomorrow morning. Usually Bank of Canada should not, but since it's linked to rates, it will affect us. Now on the local news front, I've only seen one major news. First is that the vehicle stockpiles is just getting worse and worse. This is the vehicle stockpile now has mounted to 750,000 units of unsold stock, and this is again 700,000 units just a month ago. So it just shows that the auto sector is going from bad to worse right now, and it will be important to see whether now this festival season that is kicking in India, whether this can ease some pressure, because if it does not, then auto stocks will be one of the best shots. If it does ease the pressure, then they will just continue being box range and will be basically option sellers, not for option buyers or equity traders. So that's it on the news front. Now we'll take a look at Axis Bank. Now when I pop on the levels on Axis Bank, now Axis Bank is presently in a box range, and I believe any up move in Axis Bank has to not take out the box range resistance at 1,200, and that's not that important. It has to take out the resistance at 1,210 rupees. That is the quant resistance level, and it is what holds the key. By chance it takes that out, then it will open Axis Bank to up move until 1,245, which will be basically a quick in and out opportunity, as I believe that will be a top for Axis Bank for some time. So now how will I trade Axis Bank? I basically already hold CE cells of above 1,210. Those are doing well, and I expect them to continue doing well. As any up move towards it, it will basically end up just juicing up the position, and it will come back down. On the other hand, I am looking at Axis Bank for possible short in, not immediately, but in the coming days. Now why I say that is if we pop over to the 1 hour chart of Axis Bank, we will see. Now, who those who have been watching my videos for long know this is my favorite candle pattern, bearish high volume bars, and that had formed. And if you look, but the bearish high volume bar is what is causing all the trouble for Axis Bank. So now, I believe if Axis Bank ends up breaking the support at 1,170, this is a simple support, not a con support which I share, then okay, the 200-day moving average is there, but we will most likely go down, maybe pause for 1 day here and then go down to 1,150. So that is an opportunity which option buyers will get, and it was something I'll watch. However, for that short to work out, we have to break 1,170, and that has to be supported by the trend catcher. As the trend catcher, if the black line has started sloping steeply down, then it will indicate that this short will be successful until 150. It will be a quick short, quick in and out. On the upside, I wouldn't try as an option buyer because there's simply too much resistance. It has to overcome if you look in terms of simpleness, it has to overcome the moving averages, it has to overcome simple candle resistance, then it has the box range resistance, then it has the quant resistance. So it has a lot of issues on the upside. So that I'm looking more option buying on the downside, option selling to sell calls above 1 to 10 and do that. Now, why am I not saying below 1,150? Now, I'm not talking about below 1,150 as that is a very strong support. And if I don't think Axis Bank will break that in just one hit. It will take a few hits if it was to break that. As the break of that, we'll send it to 1,100, which will be a very good positional short via both option sales and option buys. So that's my view on Axis Bank, and let's now move to HDFC. Now HDFC Bank is not something new I'm covering. I've covered it before, and I had said that I hold also basically call sells in HDFC Bank. So what am I going to do with the stock now? Now HDFC Bank is still trading as I said until it breaks the range between 1,680 to 1,690, no up move is coming, and until it breaks below 1,600, no down move is coming. Now I know a lot were very hopeful of HDFC Bank last week, as I've received messages and seen also on social media a lot of people put that they were buying HDFC Bank simply blind because of the MSCI rejig, and it was expected to have the number one inflows. Now that time I had made a video on HDFC Bank and said that I don't believe HDFC Bank can take off. As number one, it's in the box range. That's the number one weakness. But my main issue was the trend catcher indicator, which I use. Now this trend catcher indicator has been flat. Until this trend catcher indicator either takes out this high here or takes out this low here and goes below zero, we're not going to get a move in HDFC Bank. So due to that not happening, I did not expect that inflows to have any effect on the stock. And as long as this indicator stays as flat as it is, this drama will continue sideways, and it will break both the bones of the bulls and the bearish traders. So as of now, I believe HDFC Bank is a big avoid on the equity side, as you don't want to get stuck in this range pointlessly and sit until eternity. This is a trade more for option sellers, as they can sell CE cells like I have done above this range, and they can sell PE cells too. Now why have I not sold PE cells and I've only sold CE cells? This is there's a higher risk of us falling down, and I believe if we do drop in HDFC Bank, it will not be preempted, it won't be signaled easily in the charts, it will be something like a sudden gap down. So due to that, I'm avoiding PE cells and I'm keeping the CE cells to the profit stop, since they are naturally doing well, as we are saying, box range. Option buying, I don't think HDFC Bank anyone should attempt option buying right now, because even if you look at an intraday time frame, this is the daily chart and this is the range of the past few days, this white straight line. So no option buy can make anything in this scenario, and so I think this is purely an option seller's game. No, option selling takes a lot more capital than option buying, so many people get locked out of it. But unfortunately, it's only an option seller's game, Right now, it's not an equity trader's game. It's not an option buying game. It belongs to the big money right now. So that's my view for HDFC Bank. As long as it's within the range, nothing breaks any of these two levels, the big move comes. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it, then hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and also click the notification bell. Also, if you want any stocks covered that are interesting, drop them in the comment section below or WhatsApp them to the number in the description box, and I will, if there's something in the chart worth discussing, I'll cover it. Thank you.